What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Spider-Man movie trailer. So, I've done my reaction for the video. Obviously, at 5 AM, I'm not going to dissect the whole thing. But now I've had a chance to look at it, and obviously, the MCU is rife with Easter eggs and also cultural and pop culture references throughout. So, this trailer was littered with them. So, let's have a look. So, first of all, we have the bank heist where we have this very, very Chitauri looking weapon. So, this is clearly technology which was actually recovered from the Battle of New York, as it is called in the Luke Cage, Daredevil, etc. Netflix shows, which is a pretty neat addition, I think, and just goes to show how much the Vulture will be updated for this Spider-Man Homecoming movie. Another bit from the bank heist, we see a Ultimate Spider-Man kind of homage here, where we see the Avengers masks being used, which is obvious because if you think about it, they are obviously going to be the most iconic things in the actual universe for the MCU, so in that world. Just like in Point Break, those robbers used, you guessed it, the presidential masks. So it's pretty neat here seeing an homage, and well, they obviously couldn't include the Batman one, could they? Now, part of the reason why the Andrew Garfield and also the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies were kind of not too true to the nature of the comics is the fact that Spidey never actually went through high school as much in these movies. And we briefly see him at the start of the first one when he gets his powers, he takes on Flash. But here we're getting him to go through the entirety of high school. And he's getting his sidekick here, Ned Leeds, who is, well, going to be, in the comics at least, he was the Hobgoblin, which is a very interesting thing and a very interesting option to choose for his sidekick here, because Ned Lee was actually a Daily Bugle reporter who turned into this villain, which is a bit crazy, but I don't think they're going to go that way. So here we see Liz Allen, who is actually the first love of Peter Parker himself, which is pretty crazy. Again, they've introduced such a deep cut early into this trailer. So it looks like she's going to be kind of like part of the mates. They all look like outsiders as well because they're pretty much sitting mainly on their own as well. So it looks like they're going to be the geek crew of the school. At the back in this mural, just by the space shuttle, you can see Howard Stark. And this is the Howard Stark from Iron Man 2 in the flashbacks when he talks about the Stark Expo, not the kind of the one from First Avenger. So it's the same guy, it's the same character, it's just a different actor. And if you're a fan of Mad Men, you'll recognise him. So what's cool is here we see the Civil War footage, which would be so influential on this kid who really wants to be a hero, and he got his chance, but now he's had to go back to school. So he's literally just sitting this and watching it on repeat. So another famous scientist in the MCU, if you look up there on the top right, you'll see Bruce Banner, which is, again, interesting to see such a high-profile character in the MCU featured in a tiny little Easter egg like this. So it goes to show that the stock of Bruce Banner has probably risen quite a lot. And the fact that most of those people up there are obviously long since dead, maybe people think he's dead as well. So in this bit here, we can see the AT-AT Walker here, and also a Mike Piazza flag for the Mets, because, yep, Spidey is a huge, huge, huge Mets fan. He's not a Yankees fan, so yeah, don't confuse the two there. We also see Ned drop his Death Star Lego as well, which is pretty funny because, well, they're all under the same Disney umbrella now. We get our first proper look at the Vulture here, and while the headgear is different, obviously he's going to want the respirator if he's going to be flying, but he's got the same kind of ruffled feathers collar thing going just like the comics. What's neat here as well is the huge homage to the original Spider-Man trilogy, which the first two films were fantastic, but just don't get me started on that fucking Spider-Man 3. Jesus Christ. So we get to see Tony here with Peter and also Happy Hogan walking around Avengers HQ. We know that these scenes were in this movie because we saw them, the actors, walking around the Porsche test track, which is what this building actually is. But that t-shirt is very similar because Pepper Potts wore it in Iron Man 3, which is very strange. We also see the Tinkerer, or the possible Tinkerer here, with Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. So, pretty strange here, but he also seems to be wearing similar colours to Miles Morales, who a lot of people are thinking that he might actually play, but it don't really work, to be honest. I know he does look young, but Miles Morales is supposed to be a lot younger than even Peter Parker was at the start. So, yeah, there is that. But that's it for this video. Please do drop a like. Please do subscribe for more MCU content. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.